If you're trying to land high-ticket clients, 3 to 10K retainers using AI and automation, then the system does the hard part for you. It finds companies hiring for customer success roles, which is a hidden gem. These companies are struggling to keep existing clients happy instead of focusing on bringing in new business. So our system is going to reach out to them by scouring the entire internet and pulling the exact hiring manager's info, then sends thousands of human-sounding messages that actually land at scale. Stick around because the way we're going to be using AI today will actually blow your mind. In case it's your first time watching, my name is Saad and I've scaled my sales team agency from $0 all the way to $80,000 a month in about 8 months using AI and automation with no-code tools like Make.com. I went from working 5 days a week as a nightclub bouncer to freelancing. Then I got banned on Upwork with over 2K held hostage by the platform to me saying, you know what? Screw it, I'm gonna go all in and start my own agency, and I've managed to scale it to 7 figures. So the goal of this channel is to show you exactly how to build these sales systems so you can land high-ticket clients, achieve financial freedom, and never have to worry about a stolen income, just like I did. So whether you are a freelancer that's tired of an unpredictable income and sick of justifying your worth to low-value clients who don't value your expertise, or you're just a beginner who wants to learn how to do this without any sales or coding experience, then this channel is exactly what you need. So first, I'm going to show you the campaign analytics. As you know, there are many grifters in this space, so you will see the actual results so you know what can be achievable. And then I'll explain why companies hiring for customer success roles are a hidden gem for closing high-ticket deals and how you can position yourself to make deal closing incredibly easy. And then I'll show you the exact Make.com automation system that I use to reach out to them with personalized human-like messages. This type of outreach feels so personal that it makes them feel uneasy when they speak to me. So without taking too much of your time, let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so here are the campaign analytics. So for a total of 2,200 emails sent, I've managed to get 12% reply rates, which is 280 reply. And I've managed to get 45% positive reply rate, which is 127 positive reply. Obviously, I did not make 360K. I've managed to book 41 meetings. I've only managed to close 13. Okay, so if you look here, let me just show you. So there was a day where I actually sent 1,000 emails and I've got 34 positive reply, which was like, it was like one of the highest days. And I believe I had another day. So Thursday, I think it was 3 days ago, I believe, had 27 replies, and another day, which is, I believe it was yesterday. Yeah, it was it was yesterday. No, the day before. So 2 days ago, I had 31 replies. So it skyrocketed like 2 days ago. Now, let me walk you through the copy that I used. And this is like in like 7 days. Yeah, so 7 days. So if I go to my sequences, here's the copy that actually worked. And I have another variant right here. And I have, again, step 2 and step 3. So I'm gonna leave you all the copies in the resource down below. So feel free to just copy it. Obviously, add your little color to it. Don't copy it word for word. Okay, so now that I showed you the campaign analytics, let me explain to you why I reached out to companies hiring for customer success roles. So it's a pain sniffing tactic again. So when companies hire for customer success roles, they're telling you something most people miss completely, which is, in my experience working with plus 250 niche at this point, if a company is focusing on customer success or hiring for a customer success role, such as customer support, customer success, etc., the real problem is they're trying to rescue revenue instead of generating new business. So on the surface, it looks like they need help with support tickets, but what they actually need is more clients. Their sales team is stretched thin. Now, I know this from experience because I've closed multiple deals with these companies, and I even sold this exact system to lead generation agencies that specialize in helping them. So I'm not just talking theory here. This is like a proven solution. Okay, so now that you understand why we are reaching out to them, let me walk you through the dream email, right, that we used, which is exactly in our Instantly campaign right here, okay, which is this one, which is a handwritten email. Okay, so hi reader. Your hires speak for themselves. Finding people who can maintain the company's customer-first technical support philosophy while scaling must be a real challenge. So if you noticed here, we are reaching out to hiring managers and we are speaking to them in a very thoughtful way, okay? We're acknowledging what they're going through. Notice hypothetical company is hiring for a customer support engineer, posted on January 24th, figured out reach out directly to you since you're leading the charge. But before I do, credits where it's due. I know how tough it is to keep things running smoothly while the team scales. So again, I'm being very thoughtful of these hiring manager, just because in my experience working with tons of recruitment companies, actually my first deal was a recruitment company that I closed. Like most of them like appreciate more of a thoughtful outreach, right? Just because I mean they all day they are talking to candidates that they're trying to place candidates. So the way you're gonna speak to them is gonna has to be like thoughtful. You know, you need to acknowledge their what they're going through, because their job is pretty tough. Okay, so I work specifically with companies like hypothetical company. So this is just like a hypothetical company, and have seen common pattern. The team grows to support existing clients, but meanwhile, the customer support team gets stressed thin trying to rescue revenue when the real challenge is keeping the pipeline filled. So again, my outreach is very relevant, timely, and my offer is very, very clarified. If I can help bring in new partnerships constantly, purely based on performance, would that be helpful to hypothetical company? Again, I'm mentioning words like partnerships, long-term clients, which frames you as a growth partner. And as you guys know, I always like, I cannot stress this enough. You are a growth partner, not just a service provider. Okay. Just a thought. Let me know if this worth your time. Now, this is a handwritten email. Okay. So now we're going to have to turn it into a template. So hi, first name. Right? So just the first name of that hiring manager. And then we're going to have a personalized line specifically for the recruiter, which is this one right here. Okay. Notice company name is hiring for job title posted on date posted. Figured I'd reach out directly to you since you're leading the charge. But before I do, credits where it's due. I know how tough it is to keep things running smoothly while the team scales. I work specifically with companies like a company name have seen a common pattern. The team grow to support existing clients, but meanwhile, the customer support team gets stressed thin trying to rescue revenue when the real challenge is keeping the pipeline filled. If I can help bring in new partnerships constantly purely based on performance, would that be helpful to company name? Just thought, let me know if this worth your time. Okay, so this is the exact copy that we used, as you can see here, right? So this is the one, and I have another variant, and I have another follow-up right here, and I have also the last email. Okay. Now this is the dream email. Now let's just read through the system that we're going to be building. Let me zoom out. So our system is going to scrape companies hiring for customer success. The real issue will be finding the hiring manager / the talent acquisition specialist in that company, but I'm going to show you exactly step-by-step how to do it. If found, then we need to reach out to them with the most personalized outreach possible, because hiring managers can be frustrated in these companies, and having thoughtful outreach will make closing deals very, very easy if you can lay the tone. So obviously, whenever you start building a sales system, you want to scope the project, you want to identify the lead sourcing databases that you're going to go for, and you also want to pre-draft the dream email. So in our case, we already have a pre-drafted email right here, which is the dream email that we wrote, right? Now let's just go ahead and scope the project. So I'm going to click on this plus button, and then rectangle. And then, okay, step one. So we want to scrape companies hiring for customer success. So scrape companies hiring for success roles. And we're going to use a platform called Wellfound for this. Okay. And then we're going to enrich hiring manager by finding their name and email. Okay. And I'm going to show you a way to find the hiring manager of any company on the internet. Okay. And then step 3 is we want to reach out to them with the most personalized outreach possible. We're going to generate personalized message specifically for recruiter. There you go. And I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. So generate personalized message specifically for recruiter. And then we're going to add or plug or generate dream email and plug into instantly for instant outreach. Okay. So scrape companies hiring for success roles, enrich hiring manager by finding their name, generate personalized messages specifically for a recruiter, and generate dream email and plug into instantly for instant outreach. So to scrape companies hiring for success roles, what we're going to do is we're going to use a platform called Wellfound. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to scrape Wellfound. So scrape
well found using Apify, and enrich decision maker. So find hiring manager using Rapid API. We're going to use a platform called Rapid API. Okay. And find email using an email enrichment platform. And then we're going to generate personalized message specifically for the recruiter. And we're just going to use AI for this and generate dream email and plug for instant outreach. Okay, so step one is we're going to have to go to Wellfound. Okay, so we're going to scrape this platform right here. So in this platform, startups and companies basically post jobs. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to scroll down, and it's going to be, I believe it's startup jobs. Yeah. And click on view all jobs. So show me customer support hiring in the United States. And we have 6,000 results, which is awesome. And now step two is we're going to go ahead and scrape all these companies from Wellfound, which is customer support jobs in the United States. And the way we're going to do is we're going to use a platform called Apify. So I'm just going to use another browser, just because if I try to sign up using this browser, they will not allow me, just because you cannot create multiple accounts over and over and over again. So I'm just going to go to Apify. Okay. And I'm going to click on get. I think I have an account here already signed in. So I'm just going to sign out, and we're going to sign up together. Okay. So let me just sign out. And then all you have to do is click on sign up. And let's just create an account using Google. And I believe we're going to use this email account. Continue. And I believe I don't have an account using this. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in my name here. And in terms of username, let's just type in Saad Sales Systems Lord. Continue. This username is forbidden all the time. Okay, Lord Saad Outreach. Okay, great. So now we're going to go to search for actors. We're going to type in Wellfound. And the scraper that you're going to be using is going to be Wellfound Premium Job Scraper. Okay, so let's just go back to our list here. Just simply copy this URL, Control C. And you're going to have to scroll down, go to Advanced Options. And you see this job listings URL, just paste that in here. Okay, go to Run Options, make sure it's no timeout. And click on Start, Rent Actor. And I believe if we have to go, we need to go to, max items. For max items, just put 2,500. Okay, 2,500 company. And click on Save and Start. So now the scraper is going to go ahead and basically scrape all this data. So if I go to log, you will see. There you go. So it's going ahead and scraping. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause the recording. And once it's done, I'm going to get back to you. Okay, so we scraped 2,500 results. Okay, now we have 2,500 company that is hiring for customer support jobs, essentially, which is, as you guys can see here, 3 weeks ago, one we have yesterday, 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, and 1 week ago. Awesome. So now let's just go back and let's just go back to our presentation. So what we're going to do is, so scrape companies hiring for success roles, that was done. Now we're going to have to enrich hiring manager by finding their name and email. And we're going to do it using a Rapid API and find emails using an email enrichment platform. So step 2 is we're going to go to make.com. Okay, so go to make. And we're going to start building our system. So click on create new scenario. Okay, click on this plus button. Just type in Apify. And it's going to be get dataset items. Okay, click on this add button. Go to connection type. It's going to be Apify API token. And then you're going to have to go back to your Apify account. And then you're going to have to go to, you see this settings? Go to settings. And then what you have to do essentially, you're just going to have to go to API integration and just copy your API key, which is default API token. Okay, so go back to make, paste that in here. Okay, and then click on save. Okay, and the dataset ID is going to be the actual run. Okay, so let's just go back to our run here. Okay, it's going to be in storage and it's going to be dataset ID. Okay, so just copy it and then go back to make, paste that in here. In terms of limits, for now, just put 1. Click save and click run once. So there we go. We have essentially the job title. We have the job details. We also have the company, which is we have company name. We also have the URL, etc. So what we're going to do now is let's just go back. So now we're going to enrich hiring manager by finding their name and email. Okay. And we're going to use a platform called Rapid API. So I'm going to go to rapidapi.com. Okay. And click on sign up. Okay. And then let's just sign up with Google. Just use this account. Continue. Okay. So you're going to go to search API. And the one that I wanted to use is going to be Google search. And I'm going to explain to you in a sec. So what is the best way to find someone on the internet? Essentially, just looking them up. So for example, if I type in my company name, so Myoprocess founder, I will see that my LinkedIn just comes up. Okay. So essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to use an API, like a Google search API, that's going to go ahead and basically looks up the hiring manager that works in that company. Okay. So the one that we're going to be using is going to be this one right here by Heroes API. Okay. And what we're going to do, so we have to go to subscribe to tests, click start free plan and subscribe. So what we're going to do is click on get started. And there we go. So the way we're going to authenticate this, we're going to have to go back to make, click on this plus button, and it's going to be HTTP, make a request. Okay, so go back here, and then it's a get request to this URL. So copy, Control C, paste that in here. Okay, go back. So this is the header. So header. So just copy this. And then go back, go to headers, paste that in here. So remove all of this and paste that in here. So this is the host and this is the value. Go to add header again. And then we're going to add another one, which is our API key. Control C, Control V, and make sure to click on parse response and save. So run once. So there we go. That was quick. If I go to data, you'll see search term Nike, and then we're going to have results. Okay, so results, and we have the URL of that company, etc. Just because, just an example to test the endpoint. So we have Rapid API query Nike limit 10. So limit 10 results. So if you want to put 1, you're going to have 1 result. If you want to put 100, you're going to have 100 results. So in our case, I'm just going to put 1. And actually, before we do any of that, let's just go back to our API. And then we're going to have to go to parameters. And what we're going to do is hiring manager or talent acquisition at, for example, steadily. Okay. So let's just copy this, Control C, paste that in here. Okay. And then click on save, and then let's just test this. So results. So Coco Lloyd. Is this the person actually? Oh, okay. So this is the person actually. So director of people steadily. Okay. So let's just make sure is it the right company? Steadily Insurance Company. So let's just go to company, scroll down, steadily Steadily. Is it? Oh, yeah. It's the right company. Yeah, insurance. All right, awesome. Okay, so that was successful. So this is going to be find hiring manager. Okay. And this is going to be get data. Okay, sweet. So now what we're going to do is instead, we're just going to have to map in the company name. So it's dynamic. So it's going to be name. Okay, great. So click on save. All right, so now we found the hiring manager. Now we're going to have to find their email address, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to use an email enrichment platform to do this. So there are many. There is like a Find Email, there's an email finder, there is Scrape, there's Hunter, etc. So in our case, we're just going to be using an email finder. And if you're wondering how much it costs, it's about, I believe, if I go to pricing, it's about, so assuming you're going to go for monthly, because most people are going to go monthly, they're not going to go for yearly. Just to enrich 5,000 emails is $150. If you want to enrich 10,000, it's just $200. Yeah, man, that's pretty expensive. I'm not gonna lie. Now, an email finder is a bit on the pricier side. There's another one which is called Hunter, I believe. Which is cheaper, I think. Okay, so 6,000 searches for $34. No, it's actually more than that. Okay, so 49. So the same pricing here. Yeah. Yeah, man, these email finders are crazy expensive, which is why the reason we came up with our own in-house enrichment platform, which is the SSM Masters. Like, imagine this, like just for like, oh, it's actually not even 6,000. So the worst part here is they give you 6,000 yearly searches if only you pay for the yearly plan. If the monthly, just 500. If you choose the monthly, it's just 500. Wow. Now we have to go for the growth to get 5,000. That's ridiculous, man. These platforms. That's crazy. Yeah, well, the cool part about the SSM Mastery platform is it's unlimited. So members that join, they get essentially unlimited API calls. So they're not going to get 1,000. They're not going to get 5,000. They're not going to get 10,000. They're not even going to get 25,000. It's damn unlimited. So you can essentially just find emails like at $0, which is the cool part. So now we can actually just focus on doing the work and not worry about purchasing platforms. Okay. So the way it works is that every member that signs up to SSM, there's an API token on the backend that gets generated just for them, so they can use it and essentially just use all the tools that we have. So I believe we have the email finders. So let's go to get your API key. So we have email finder, email verifier, and email ESP provider, and also the LinkedIn company scraper. So I know that my viewers don't have access to this, unfortunately. So we're just going to use an email finder for this. Okay. So I'm going to go to app. So once you sign up, go to app and go to API and just copy this API key and then go back, go to an email finder, just type in it and search for person's email, go to add, paste in your API key and click on save. Okay. All right. So search by is going to be domain. And actually, we forgot to do one more thing. Oh yeah, we forgot to do one more thing. So let me just map in, for example, the domain here. And then let's just put X here for now. Click on save. Unlink this. And what we need to do is we want to get the first result. And we need to feed in this result to AI, right? And just get the full name, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this plus button and I'm going to choose Anthropic, create a prompt. Obviously, you can use any AI model that you want. And then in terms of model, it's going to be the latest one. Max tokens, let's just use, for example, 750, not that much. Go to add messages, it's going to be a role, user, content is going to be text. And what I'm going to do is I have to remind myself all the time just because I want my viewers to have like the best quality in terms of value and also production. So in terms of the prompt, we're going to just have to type retrieve the full name from result, which is going to be title, as it might be reflected in the person's LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn, which is URL. Retrieve the full name only in the correct JSON as result. So result. And that's pretty much it. And click save. And then let's add a JSON module. So JSON, parse JSON. And I believe that's pretty much it. Yeah, we're just going to have to map in the text response, save, and then let's just run once and yell, and Make is going to yell at you. So click on ignore warnings. Okay, so Coco Lloyd, see? Perfect. And actually we need to limit, just put 1 here. We're going to move the limit, just 1, okay? And click on save. And then now we can actually just basically map in the full name, which is the person's here. Person's full name. Click on save and then let's just run once. Okay, so we found the email. So results, clloydsteadily.com. Perfect. So let's just name the structure full name. And this is going to be find email. Okay. And then again, so we enriched the decision, we enriched the hiring manager. We found their email using an email enrichment platform, and then we need to generate a personalized message specifically for the recruiter. Okay, so let me go back to Make, and then what we're gonna have to do is click on this plus button and go to Tools. Yeah, Tools, Set Variable, and then let's just go back to our copy, which is gonna be this one. And then let's just copy this. Or actually, let's just copy the dream email. Yeah, let's just copy the dream email. And then we're just going to have to basically map in the data as we go. Essentially, it's kind of like preparing a cake. And the cake is the email. So it's going to just name this hiring manager message. So hi reader. So hi Coco Lloyd. So hi first name. So we're just going to use the formula. So split first name based off a space, and then we're just gonna have to get first one. So the reason why we do this is because you see this little space here. So Coco Lloyd, you see this space. There's this little tiny space here. So we're gonna split the full name based off a split, results, which is full name, based off a space, right? And I believe I made a mistake here. Yeah, I made a mistake. So split result based of a space. And then get first one. Okay, so essentially what we're doing is we're splitting it based of a space. And we're just getting the first one, which is 1 here. This is 1. And this is 2, and there's a little space. Okay. Your hires speak for themselves. Now we're gonna have to, we need to generate the personalized line, which is gonna be here. Okay, so let's just save this for now, okay? Unlink this, and then click on this plus button, choose Entropic, create a prompt. Again, you can use any AI model that you want. I'm just using Claude, just because I like Claude. I think it's the best when it comes to text-based outputs, okay? Go to models, and then go to Sonnet, max token is 3060, add messages, okay? Go to role, user, and it's gonna be content, and it's gonna be text. And then I'm gonna go to my playbook, which is a playbook where I use in my own company in terms of prompts, and it's gonna be, I believe this is the one, recruitment thoughtfulness. I'm going to leave the playbook in the description. Don't worry about it. So copy this. In this channel, there is so many sales systems in many industry that I've basically built. It's actually crazy. 2 months ago, I've actually came up with a series, which is the 7-day sales system build, where we just go spin the wheel, and I just pick a random niche and I build a sales system for them, which is pretty fun. So company name is gonna be company name, obviously name. I just zoned out for a second. And job description is going to be job. Yeah, job description. Okay, so let's just save this. And I believe that's pretty much it. Yeah, okay. So now we're just going to have to map the result. So noticed, we don't have to clean the company name here. So steadily, name. Yeah, okay, noticed name is hiring for a customer support engineer. So the job title that we have here, so job title, an assistant underwriter. So, do we need to clean the job titles? I'm not really sure. So we're going to have to test this. We're definitely going to have to clean the date posted. So hiring for job title posted on. Okay. All right. So click on save and then unlink this and then just copy this, paste that in here. Okay. And then I'm going to go to my 7-figure prompts. Okay. And we're going to clean the dates. Just because if you noticed here, so date posted, you see this long date. You cannot say, hey, job posted on, this date right here. It has to be like cleaned. So what I'm going to do is going to be clean dates. Oh, I do have like clean names. Okay, so we're going to use this. So Control C. And let me zoom out. And it's going to be this one right here. Okay. So we're just going to have to feed in the dates here. And in terms of tokens, just 750, not that much. Click on save. And what are we going to do? So this is going to be, right, there's going to be, clean dates. Okay, so clean dates. Okay. And this is the personalization. Yeah, okay, so generate, thoughtful, thoughtful message. Okay? And so clean dates. And then now, I believe we need to add, in the correct JSON. Output the results only with no additional text or additional text in the correct JSON as result. Okay. And then we're just going to have to copy this, unlink this, and then we're going to have to map in the result here, which is the text response. And then I believe, we need to add another filter here. So condition, only if email exists. So email exists. Click on save, and then let's just run once. Okay. So finding people who can maintain the company's try to say yes underwriting philosophy while scaling must be a real challenge. Okay, great. So let's read through the results here. Okay, April 8th. Okay, great. So now, all right. So posted on April. And figured I reach out to you directly since you're leading the charge. But before I do, credits where it's due, I know, etc. And then, okay, so we're going to add a new line here. I work specifically with companies like Steadily, which is going to be name. Like name. And would that be helpful again? So let's just copy this to just a thought. Let me know if this is worth your time. Okay, let's just read through everything now. So run once. Okay, so if I read through this. Hi, Coco. Your hires speak for themselves. Finding people who can maintain the company's say yes underwriting philosophy while scaling must be a real challenge. Notice Steadily is hiring for a assistant underwriter, posted on April. Okay, so we need to fix some issues here. We need to remove this. And I believe we need to so we're gonna add I believe we need to outreach message lowercase only. So lowercase only. And then what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna lower the temperature just a tiny bit, like 0.8. Okay? And I believe if I read through this, yeah, we need to remove a line here. Just like this, and click on save, and then let's just run once. I believe we're not gonna have any issues now, and the structure is gonna be perfect. Okay. So hi Coco, your hires speak for themselves. Finding people who can maintain the company's say as underwriting philosophy while scaling must be a real challenge. Notice that Italy's hiring for we need to remove A for assistant underwriter, posted on April 8th. Figured I'd reach out to you directly since you were leading the charge. Okay. Steadily, we need to remove company. And I believe we're gonna have to add another. And just four. Okay. All right. So let's just try this in, for example, 2 records. Okay. So we're just going to put 1 here and offset to 1. So we're going to retrieve 1 and we're going to skip the first one. So run once. Let's just save this, outline this. Okay. Let's just read through this again. Hire 1. Your hires speak for themselves. Finding people who can maintain the company's customer-driven development philosophy while scaling must be a real challenge. Notice Kaidim is hiring for a customer support engineer, posted on November 4th. Figured I'd reach out. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, sweet. So now, what we're going to have to do is, I think that's pretty much it. So we generated dream email. We're going to plug into Instantly for instant outreach. Okay, so let me just remove all these tabs so you don't get overwhelmed. Okay. And the last step is going to be add to Instantly. So Instantly, just my cold email software. So add leads to a campaign. And I'm just going to go to Instantly and I'm going to basically just walk you through how you can set up your connection. So we gotta verify you are human. And let's just log in. So it's gonna be in settings. Go to integrations, go to API keys, go to version 1, copy your API key, and then go back, click on add. Let's just name this CS campaign, customer support campaign, and click on save. All right, so now we're gonna have to create a campaign, CS campaign, for example, continue, then go back here, and then let's just refresh this. CS campaign. So the leads email is obviously going to be the email. And the first name, again, we're going to have to split. So splits based of a space. Okay. And then we're going to have to get first one. So first one. And then simply just copy this entire thing and paste that in here. Company name is obviously going to be the company name that we have here, which is name. And personalization is going to be the initial email. So initial email is going to be the dream email. And that's pretty much it. Okay. And let's just run once. So that was pretty quick. So we added our lead. So if I go to lead, I'm going to see it here. Right? And then let's just type in personalization. So there we go. And this is annoying me. I'm going to have to remove this right here. Yeah, I've got to remove it. Click on add. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the exact copy. Yeah. This is the exact one. All right. So let me just copy this first name. Again, first name. And if you're wondering, like the only thing that changes here in terms of the variant is just the hi, and here we have hey. Okay, same thing. So, and in this case, I just generated the dream email. Here, like I actually plugged it in like a variable, so like first name, last name. And step 2, again, let's just copy this. So just so you can see it. And again, we're just going to have to put subject line, just put first name. Step 2 is going to add following up on my last email and just paste that in here. Again, step 3, same thing. Okay. Control C, Control V. And I would recommend not use a subject line in terms of step 2, step 3, just because you want when people actually like open their email and they see the follow-up, they go back to the initial email and they understand the context. Okay. Again, I'm going to add sent from my iPhone and then save this, preview, and there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my system here. And then I'm just going to put, for example, 10. Save, run once. And we're currently adding our leads. So first one found. Okay, so save. Oh yeah, we need to save everything. Yeah, okay, so preview, Coco. I believe the command center is way better than any email finder. Can I read through the personalization? Hi, Luis. Your hires speak for themselves. Finding people who can maintain the company's customer-first support philosophy while scaling must be a real challenge. Okay. So this is Roku. Hi, Lauren. Your hires speak for themselves. Finding people who can maintain the company's problems and solving engineering approach while scaling must be a real challenge. Okay, great. Amazing. So so the data is accurate. So the reason why is because if it's not accurate, then we're gonna have issues in like the email finder, right? So we actually find in the people. See, Mark Zimmerman. That's a badass name. So from 10 emails, we found 8. Okay. So let's read through this. This is Luis, Vanessa. Hi, Vanessa. Your hires speak for themselves. Finding people who can maintain the company's fair and inclusive financial system approach while scaling must be a real challenge. So what we mean by that is that we acknowledge that the hiring manager, we understand like their efforts, etc., because you guys are trying to maintain the company's, approach while doing your work, etc. It's kind of like a, way to speak to them, Notice Nova credits for senior customer support lead, posted on April 1st. Great. So that's pretty much it. So the only thing you have to do now, viewer, my lovely viewer, is you're just going to have to delete this, right? Or in my, what I would recommend, just bash them. Okay. So in terms of limit, just put 400, bash the first 400, and then bash the second 600, 700 until you finish the entire batch. And that's pretty much it, I believe. Yeah. That's all I have to do. Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
And that's a wrap. Now you've got everything you need to automate your entire outreach and tap into a hidden gem, which is companies hiring for customer success roles and send personalized messages at scale that will make closing deals faster. So thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment down below or send me an email and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.